We're back then with part two with the Dingles. Well, when I say the Dingles, we've got Jane Cox and Steve Halliwell here as well. They're two of the most famous characters from Emmerdale. What we love about you is your lines. You get great stonkers, don't you, to throw at people. Do you rehearse them or do they just come out naturally?
Well, I wish I could think of some of them now. And sadly, I can't. I think Steve and I are just the way we work together sometimes, and sometimes we ad-lib stuff and throw things in. We've known each other a long time, so those things just bounce off each other, which is a lovely thing to do.
Yeah, that's true. There's not a lot of leeway, but they do. We can offer a line and think this would be well, it'd be funny if I said this or that, and the director will either say yay or nay, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's mostly the script, though, that we're speaking, yeah.
And in terms of the stars they're bringing in now, we had Pauline Quirk on the other week, and it's great to get these big names in, and you've got former pop idol people and things like that. Does that add to the calibre of the show, or does it make you nervous that they're just bringing in people for names?
I think they want to appeal to as wide an audience as possible. So, if there are people out there who want to come and work with Emmerdale and the characters that they've got to write for them, then they'll be in. I mean, Pauline Quirk, what a wonderful person to have in the show. She's a great actor. And, the fact that she made such a hit with the things that she's done before is sheerly down to her own great acting skills, I think, and is a great joy to have people like herself on the show.
I was excited to talk to her because she says she's got some quite dodgy bits coming up in terms of her character on the programme, and she has got great pathos as well as great funny, so to see that other side of her as acting will be brilliant.
Yeah, it would indeed. I think by not leaving the show, we get the chance to work with lots of actors who you may never have worked with before. We just have to stay and they all come to us because the work's getting thinner on the ground, that people are going in soaps now who wouldn't have done in the past, perhaps, Tell us about your life in West Yorkshire then. I mean, you're not travelling up from London like some of the, the London people. You live and enjoy West Yorkshire. Is it nice being there?
Oh yes, I love it. I've lived in West Yorkshire for years, long before I was in Emmerdale. I love it being around the hills, just being quiet and just leading a normal life. Really, I never I forget that I'm on Emmerdale, and I just walk along the street, and if somebody says, "Oh, hi, Lisa," or whatever, I get quite shocked. Even now, I know that sounds stupid, but I do. I love it. It's beautiful, beautiful countryside, lovely people.
And Lisa's kind of got the bigness of a big city, but it's also within minutes of the countryside, so you haven't got all that nonsense, have you? Yeah,
it's perfect. You've got a little tiny bit of London and city life if you want it. And where I live, it's smack bang between Leeds and Manchester. So, but anywhere you drive or go for about 20 miles, you're in a fantastic place.
Let's talk about the One Show, because you're up against that most parts of the week. This chemistry between Alex and Jason, that just ain't working. That must be brilliant for you, because everybody's switching over to watch you now.
Oh, right. Well, I wasn't too aware of that, but I'm glad to hear it, yeah. We're now picking up new viewers all the time, and then maybe some will decide they're fed up of it. If it's a storyline that they're not interested in, then come back to it. So I think it's an ever-changing thing. But the ratings are pretty constant,
Well, it's marvellous. And those two pillocks on the other side, I had Cliff Richard on the other morning, right? Guess the first question they asked Cliff Richard on the One Show.
How old are you?
No. When are you going to retire was their first question.
No.
I said to Cliff, why didn't you just stand up and walk out? I mean, who would do that to the greatest rock and roll legend in Britain?
Oh, that was a ridiculous thing to do, perhaps.
So the advice is stick to Emmerdale on ITV.
Yes. Well, I would say that certainly stick to Emmerdale.
Do you think my bosses at the BBC will like this line of questioning?
No, I think they'll hate it, and I think you'll have to watch out for it. You'll have to watch out, Alex.
On the line there, I think.
Oh, who cares? It's going to end eventually, isn't it? And that's the reality of what we do. What you do is extraordinary, to be there year after year after year. How do you feel about people coming up to you in the street and talking to you as one of the Dingles? They probably don't even know your real name.
Most of them don't know, I'm afraid. I think we've got to accept it. Sometimes I get angry about it, and I think, well, I've done everything I can all week to try and make them think I'm Zac Dingle, and then when they do think I am him, I get annoyed. So it's a bit stupid, really. So I try and be nice. Occasionally I've upset people by just not being able to have a photograph taken just when they want one, but mostly I'm trying to give them what they want,
It's really tough, isn't it? Because you don't want to be one of those actors that, and I've had them on the programme in the past, you say, oh, don't mention the thing that made me most famous because I've now moved on and worked for the RSC. Well, actually, we fall in love with you because you're in our homes, our bedrooms, our front rooms 5 times a week. It's a lot, isn't it?
I've worked for the RSC, and to be honest, it was great, but I love the fact that this reaches such a huge amount of people, and that, some of the stories, like, for example, Zac's testicular cancer story, the amount of men that then went and got themselves checked out. So, swings and roundabouts. At the end of the day, we're all actors, no matter what we're doing, and there's no point in being a diva, I don't think.
I laugh in the face of people who think that this isn't proper acting, because I think there's more discipline in what you do because of the speed in which you have to work. There's very few second takes, are there?
Very few, particularly on this. And I often wonder when actors awards are given out that how good these actors like Robert De Niro would be if he had to do 6 episodes in a week like we do. Would he be that good?
Are you tired? I mean, is it really demanding in terms of going between the outdoor set and the indoor set and being here, there and everywhere as they need you?
It can be if it's a long sort of 12-hour day with 2 hours driving either end. But I think you kind of try to pace yourself and try to keep healthy always. But now I'm getting older. When it comes to thinking about the winter time, I kind of have a course of reflexology, loads of cold things, and dread it slightly because it's like being in a wind tunnel and very, very cold. But you know, people work hard. Lots of other people work very hard.
Congratulations on this new DVD that's out now. It really is all about you and your family and the thing. That must be nice that they chose you. I mean, it says a lot about how much the public love you.
It's a great tribute to us and the Dingles, and an honour to be able to do it, to be honest. I know that sounds a bit kind of silly, but that's how I feel, really, that it was nice to be able to do it.
Nice to show the kids?
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm not young anymore, and at least there'll be some little legacy to say, well, that was your old granddad with his cap on, you know. Yeah, it is. It's lovely because the show itself is so ephemeral. I mean, it comes and goes, and you never see them again, apart from the repeats, and then they're gone forever. But this, at least, will be there for to be able to be watched by my family over the years. Yeah.
What's it like in your house? I'll ask both of you one by one. I mean, are people on their knees as you walk in saying, "The gods of TV, welcome back home"? No, you're frowning. What happened?
What? I do a job, I come home. My lovely partner usually has made the tea, and we just get on with life like everybody else does. Yeah.
Anybody care in your household?
Well, yeah, I mean, but it is, as Jane says, we're relatively ordinary people when we're not being these characters. I think Zac's far more interesting than I am, as a person. And, he's probably better company than me as well. I'm sit at home and grumble and go for a pint, that's me.
Really love to meet you both. And come on again, won't you? Come into the studio and we'll do this properly. Really nice to see you. This new DVD's out. The Dingles is out for Christmas, and it tells a story of you and your family. And Jane, thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh, thank you, Alex. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you.
Steve, real pleasure meeting you.
And it's been a pleasure meeting you, mate. We'll see you again.